Hello.
Hello.
I'm Callum.
I'm Nick.
And this is That's Eurovision, baby. So we understand that for a lot of you, Eurovision is something that just comes around once a year, but for us, it's a daily obsession. So we thought, as two queer Aussies, why not start a podcast about it? So here we are.
Because what the world has never had enough of is queer voices on Eurovision. So we are here to fill that gaping void.
Queer media. So we thought, as a way to get to know us and our taste levels, we're going to base this episode as a little recap. So we know we're entering 2025, but we thought what better way to enter 2025 than to talk about Eurovision 2024. So we're going to do a really brief step through of all the songs, our opinions on them.
It's going to be a really good recap for those who have seen Eurovision before, maybe just want to get a little bit more info, and really we just want to be able to have a space where we can speak our piece, speak our mind, really hold space for the lyrics of Tattoo.
Yes, I love that, yes.
Yeah.
So
Queer
I
media.
guess queer media, exactly. Coming back to queer media. So if you're a Eurovision fanatic, you're going to love this. If you're just coming into it and unsure, we think you're going to get something out of this too. And so we're excited to dive in, but we're experimenting with format things. So I thought, why not start the podcast with a little question we'll ask every week.
Okay.
So Nick,
Yes.
what Eurovision song, artist, Eurovision adjacent media, it just has to be linked to the Eurovision universe, give me a song that you've been listening to a lot this week that you'd recommend the audience at home who maybe, aren't super familiar with it.
Okay. So, for my Eurovision song of the week, I would have to say, very on theme, throwing it back to 2024, our girl Angelina Mango
Love.
with Melodrama.
Also not Lanoya.
Not Lanoya. Her next release is an absolute banger.
Yeah, it is really good, guys.
It's a really good song. If you liked Lanoya, good news. Very similar vein.
You're going to love it.
So you will absolutely love it. It's just fun. It's frenetic. It's high-paced. It's energy.
It's Euro summer. It's road tripping in the Italian countryside or the Italian Riviera.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Cinque Terre. But yeah, honestly, an absolute tune. What are you listening to?
So mine is, it's a part of one of the songs from the UMK 2025 lineup. So UMK is the Finnish national selection.
Okay.
So it's not actually, I guess, a Eurovision song yet, but it could be.
But it is Eurovision adjacent.
Exactly. And so her name is Nia River. I could be getting it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not Finnish. And the song is called Nightmares. And I'm really excited if this gets through.
It's a little earworm, isn't it?
It is just a piece of dance pop. If you liked something like We Will Rave by Colleen last year, I think you'll really like this.
One of your personal faves.
One of my personal faves. Spoiler alert, you're going to see coming up. And it's being played a lot by me at the moment. Great running song, great just high energy song. And I also think a nice point of difference for Finland. They like to send a sort of male-led quirky metal entry most years.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool to see a song that's a little bit more female-led and poppy from them.
I feel like just a little bit more of a universal kind of feeling, because I feel like Finland for the last couple of years have been sending a really, and don't get me wrong, very fun. But it's had a very specific energy to it, which I think is a little bit different to potentially what they could be going with this year. So I'm quite excited to see how that turns out.
Quite excited. The Eurovision fandom is breaking down over a couple of the entries for Finland this year. One being another Finnish metal song that people are not happy with. Low-key, I'd be very excited if we got through. But I would like a bit of change too. So we're fingers and toes for Nia River with Nightmares.
Yeah.
So anyway, leaping in to the episode. So I've got a little format for us, Nick. So we rewatched Eurovision 2024. We watched both semifinals and the final, and we took notes on all of the acts. So
would recommend if you haven't watched in a little while.
Yes. So I've got my laptop here. Nick's got his notebook here.
Because I am a handwritten diva.
I know. So what's it? Bespoke.
Yeah. Beer in one hand, pen in the other. The life of an artist.
Bucolic.
Sure.
Bucolic living.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'm going full trad wife.
Exactly. So we've ordered the songs, or I've ordered the songs in the order they came from last place to first place, and we're going to just give our 2 cents, our little review of them. Maybe in post-production I'll play a little 3-second clip. If not, sorry.
Absolutely. Whatever the YouTube overlords are fine
whatever
with.
won't get us pulled down.
Yeah.
So to refresh your memories, but no, we're going to dive in and talk about all the songs. So
I'm excited.
I'm excited too, and I hope you guys are excited. And like, if you like what you're watching, please chuck us a like, follow, or subscribe. I feel so millennial YouTuber saying that.
But honestly, also, provided that you don't have genuinely quite mean beef, because we would prefer to avoid that. But if you've got opinions, put them in the comments.
Yes.
We would love
Tell
to hear.
us we're so wrong about everything, and you hate us. Like, that's going to be fun.
But say it nicely, because don't make me cry.
Exactly.
Because I will.
Don't make Nick cry.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, look, before we get into all the songs, let's give a brief overview of Eurovision 2024. Like, thoughts and feelings about it, because I think we're probably in agreement with a lot of people who watched it. Slightly traumatic year in Malmö.
Had a lot on the go. Unfortunately, Petra carrying the backpack of the world on her shoulders.
Petra really came through as one of the greatest, like, she is the greatest Eurovision host of all time, and made a lot of shit that happened. And we will discuss it because the first act we're going to talk about is the Netherlands. So, like, I'm just prepping you guys for it. So, like, before
starting on a high.
But, like, there's a lot of issues, I think, format-wise, but also just, things could be run a lot better. And I think a lot of people were really unhappy. But for us, it's like, I don't think it should affect the quality of the songs and the artists who poured their hearts out into it.
Exactly.
So, full disclosure, there were technically 38 songs in the Eurovision Song Contest. We acknowledge 37 exist this year. If that gives you an idea of our political ideology, if you're a Zionist, please leave. Like the door's over there. You don't know us from a bag of chips. Like, we'll keep it that way.
Yeah.
That country is not... It doesn't exist. We enjoyed Eurovision without it.
Yeah.
So, making that very clear from the get-go.
All are welcome. And we enjoy having a discourse with everyone. Unfortunately, we have nothing to gain from each other. And that's okay.
We say bye.
And we say farewell to you. But that being said,
let's dive in. So normally I'd put last place, but I've had to put the Netherlands as the last entry we're talking about because they didn't even place technically.
No.
So I believe, I could be, fact check me if I'm wrong, but I believe they actually came first in their semi-final.
I do believe
by the
that is
public vote. But if you followed Eurovision, you would understand that Joost Klein was disqualified over an incident that is still unclear.
Yeah.
Has to do with certain delegations, has to do with a lot of the bullshit that we're talking about.
Exactly. Look, we won't go into it. Unfortunately, Joost and the team were disqualified from the finale this year, which was very unfortunate.
They should have been in the finale.
They should have been in the finale. That's okay.
That's okay.
Reflecting on that and reflecting on the song itself and not the debauchery that happened all around that, give me your thoughts.
What a bombastic first song to talk about. So I think we're in agreement. We love chaotic songs at Eurovision. We're not here. We love a serious song. I think for me, variety is the spice of life with a good Eurovision year. I need light and shade. And Europapa is like a blast of light to my face.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
I love that it's introduced like I'm in Australia, we're Australian, by the way. We'd call it muzzing culture.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad it's introduced the world to that. And I'm so appreciative that there's a whole Dutch muzzing community out there that's now been platformed from this song.
It's what a joyous romp of a time. I like lights and shades, ups and downs, emotional call-outs to our fathers.
Like, yeah, that part at the end.
Yeah. But what an absolutely... I enjoyed your word bombastic. What an absolutely mental time.
It really is the song that is... How do you explain it? It is like
joyful, uniting.
Yes.
Which is ironic in the face of everything
Quite
that happened afterwards.
Again, ironically, quite a political message to the song as well, done in a parody way, but it's very political, the song.
But I think just such a joyous, genuinely stupid, but in the most incredible way,
and
anthem.
Can we talk about the staging with that bird?
The
Twitter bird and the giant's the face on the floor to begin with. Loved all of it.
There's just a level of creativity that I think people don't fully acknowledge about the things that go into the background of coming up with genuinely batshit insane ideas like this.
There's a level of genius.
Yeah.
And
we can talk about it. There's no reality on this earth in which I went, all right, hear me out, Eust. Your face, but concertinaed on the floor.
Yeah.
And then fake loading screens.
The staging with the blue screen of death and all that. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I think Eust has a self-awareness to him. I think the song is bombastic, political. It's everything I wanted out of Eurovision. We both really enjoyed the song. It probably wasn't quite in our top 10s, but we'll talk about our rankings at the end. But I think it was pretty good.
Yeah,
so
I think for me, I enjoyed the intensity that the audience got into it with, because that was...
Yeah, and I think he became a bit of a martyr.
Yeah, I think
afterwards.
Yeah,
too.
I think that there's potentially been a little bit of over martyrization. For my personal opinion. I don't think that Eust being there would have changed the outcome of the event if you were to exclude the backstage situation.
I have a very controversial take on this.
I'm ready to hear it.
I think if Eust is in the final, I think he takes some points from Croatia. And the beloved baby lasagna maybe doesn't get second place.
I think that is an opinion, and it is probably an opinion that I share. I think that they were very sort of, while completely different songs, I think that they were in a very sort of similar vein, which was appealing to the fun, kooky, sort of high energy, lots of fun, sing along kind of. I can only think of the word ballad. Ballad is not the word that I want, but just those really fun, high energy sing along songs. I do think that there probably would have been some splitting of the vote.
Yeah.
I agree.
Cool. Well, that's the Netherlands down. Only 36 more songs to go. So we'll try and get through some of these lower placing songs a bit quicker. I think the Netherlands as a starting point, there's a lot to talk about with Eust.
Yep.
Some of these other artists, we love all of them. It's probably a good thing to say to start off with.
Every single song on this list, the good, the bad, the ugly, love them all.
Love them all.
Because without everyone's participation, Eurovision would not be the absolutely insane spectacle that it is every single year.
Very that. And so on that, our official last place diva, our queen, Hera Björk, Scared of Heights, representing Iceland. Nick, give me your thoughts.
I wish that I could be half of the person that Hera Björk is. What a iconic diva, coming back for her second go around, a mainstay of Iceland, touring Australia, either very recently gone or very recently coming. Unclear. The song. Look. People that listen to Pink need someone to listen to at Eurovision as well.
Wow.
And I think that Hera was providing support to a probably not usually appreciated category of divas. I think it's very easy to write this song off as EasyJet music.
I did write, this was playing in my head as I was listening to the song, 2-for-1 flights from London to Reykjavik when you fly with Hera Björk Airways. It was very, it's very EasyJet.
Yeah,
it's very EasyJet.
It's very that. But also, still a fantastic song.
Jess Glynn took advantage of getting those flights to Reykjavik to write a song with Hera Björk.
She, that song though, I still sometimes just catch myself walking around the corner just I feel it coming.
We've probably been a bit harsh, but Nick and I both have an unironic appreciation of this song.
Yeah.
It is so 2013 and so authentically 2013. I can't help but love it a little bit.
The way that if that song went in 2013, they would have been eating out of her hand.
Move over, Emily DeForest.
Yeah.
There's an Icelandic winner coming for you.
I do think that if that song went in 2013, I do think that we would have seen perhaps the first ever unanimous 12-point run through all countries for Iceland. Also, love to Emily DeForest. Saw you live when you were in Brisbane. You were amazing.
You were.
Fantastic.
Love
Because
you.
clearly you're watching this. But unfortunately, Hera Bjork is winning that match.
So from a high for us to not a high for us. Talking about number 35 in the placements, Azerbaijan.
Excuse me while I just
and I'm
turn to my
so
notes to
sorry
remember this one.
to the artists of this song. I cannot pronounce it. It is not coming naturally to me, but we both know the song.
Yeah, we'll play a little clip of it.
Fadi featuring Ilkin Dovletova, and the song's name is. Look, we're not Azerbaijani. I'm sorry.
As out of respect to the Azerbaijani people, we will not even attempt to pronounce that because I know that I'm going to absolutely butcher that.
Yeah,
But the song itself,
it flopped.
Yeah.
Flop. It was not a good song. It wasn't performed well. The staging was so fucking weird.
the rave scare graphics, I've called them.
Yes.
I'm not sure if maybe as an audience, I'm not sure if you've seen those like visuals of people at raves and they're a bit off their heads on whatever substances they may be on. And the whole point is to do these projections that sort of like come out of the screen and just like feel a bit four-dimensional, like they're coming to grab you. And
we'll put in a clip if we like. Yeah, I'll try and put in a clip for reference.
It was just a choice, and it was a choice that I do not think needed to be made.
The song is low mid tempo with some contemporary beats, and then I would argue a really forced sort of folk element to it that doesn't work.
So I actually slightly disagree. A forced folk element. No. A forced English element.
Yeah. We'll get to Albania,
Yeah.
but that was a real theme of this year.
Because I think performing that in English instead of like in Azerbaijani, I really think disrupted the flow and the feeling of the song. So you say that out of place folk sort of like narrative behind it. I don't think that. I think it's just this is a song that did not need to be in English, and I think was actively detracted from by being in English.
And those giant hands that appear halfway through the song on the stage.
Yeah, no,
very
that
creepy.
can go.
So anyway,
Yeah.
Nick, give me your thoughts.
Good. Okay. Shouldn't have been in English.
Yeah.
Should have been in their native language. Didn't need the rave scare graphics. All in all, fine.
Probably
for me, a very forgettable
I'd
entry.
say one of the, if not my weakest song, bottom 3 weakest songs. So not great. Yeah. And on that, we'll move on to our next entry. Controversial, let's say. A lot of people say is so robbed. She came last in her semi-final. And we're talking about, of course, Sarah Bonici's Loop from Malta. I do like the song. I want to preface this. A lot of discourse online has inferred Sarah Bonici robbed Queen, should have made it through. This song was amazing, but I'm gonna hurt some people right now. We're gonna lose some followers that we initially never had. The song was not all that, guys. The song was not that. Let's calm down.
I think that we need to acknowledge the fact that she did fun flips and stuff does not make this an undeniably fantastic song. Should it have qualified? Probably.
No.
Okay.
Too many. If we can look at the semi-final two and literally, who do you swap out in semi-final two?
No, that's very fair.
Literally, who?
I think that Sarah Bonici unfortunately just had the misfortune to be in what was an insane pack this year. Absolutely insane. And I think it just got a little bit lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
I think that
there were all the pop divas too.
Yeah, the dancing was good and fun. The song was okay, but I think that when you compare it with the polish of a Lanoya, which I would say would arguably probably be its closest
I would agree.
competitor.
Yeah.
it just doesn't measure up.
It does not. Unfortunately, I think the song was outshadowed by every other solo female pop song that were all kind of in that semi-final, ironically. So it didn't help her.
I think, she just got lost in the sauce.
I think, unfortunately, the song's a bit AI generated for my liking. It doesn't have like that level of grit to it that I like in a pop song. And to your point, I don't think a flip makes you qualify.
No, I agree, and I think I sort of get what you mean about being a bit AI. Like it feels like it was a song that was written for TikTok, so that people would
vote for it.
So that people would do the clips to oh my god, like that sort of whole bit, and then the accompanying dance. It feels very TikTok coded.
The Sarah Benici flip TikTok challenge.
Yeah.
Teens in Malta trying to do a free flip.
Today in Malta, 14 dead after flipping incidents. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, so look, I do like the song, and I just want to say everything I've seen about Sarah Benici, like online, her presence, she seems like someone I want to be friends with.
Yeah, she seems like a genuine sweetie angel.
And I really just think she was given a not great song that started off, the version we've heard at Eurovision had better production than the original version. And there's just a lot going against that song.
Yeah. But and this is the problem, is that we're at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
But still a fantastic song.
Yeah.
Like, still a great song.
Yeah.
And again, I just think, like, in any other year, would have
in a lot of the 2010s easily qualified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
And I think would place quite highly.
Hard agree. So on to our 33rd place, Titan by Besa from Albania. And I've got to say to you, Albanian, jury, whatever you call them, the selectors.
Whatever the production committee is that, like, obviously these countries support their artists in production and support and staging and funding and all that sort of stuff. We got some words for you.
We have words. Fire the person who changed that song to English. Fire them.
Again, there is, like,
what is going on?
One of the most wonderful things about Eurovision is, as an Australian and an English speaker, I unfortunately do not speak any other languages. Not to sound like the biggest wanker on earth. Music is universal. Music is the universal language. This song would have absolutely slapped in Albanian.
I disagree.
I am not interested. This song would have absolutely slapped in Albanian, but was just a bit disjointed by being in English.
So, okay, first of all, you translate a song to English to a predominantly English-speaking audience of the thought that it will get more commercial success, whatever, sure. But if your songwriting is music for a Dove soap commercial, like that's the level of quality, then the English ear is immediately going to pick up on how saccharine, fakely sweet the lyrics are. Maybe in Albanian, that subtlety and that nuance that you're able to communicate and becomes really poetic comes through. But then you strip all of that out and give us this, and I'll be honest, I didn't really like the song in Albanian either. It is just a weirdish song to me. And then everything they added, not just the English, that like break at the end where it gets a bit dancey, I don't know. And then like she also sounds just like Sia, which you only hear even more so in the English. It's just they literally NQ'd themselves by doing that. I just think it's the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah. Like, I think, like, universally we see that Albania does well when Albania sticks to tradition.
Yes.
And delivers an energy that we've come to expect and love from Albania.
Yes. Super excited, actually, for the song they selected for 2025.
Yeah.
We both gave it a listen.
Yeah.
It's
great
really cool.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I genuinely think they're not going to change this song too much. But
Because I like, my hope is that they've learned from this year, where I think that the reception of the song probably changed a lot in between its first coming out and its Eurovision performance, in terms of people not loving what it became.
Yes.
To all the national juries out there and all the production teams, if you have a native language and that song was written in that native language, do not change it to English. And also, if your English is not great, write a song in your language. I would not care if it was literally written in Simglish.
Yeah.
Like, I would not care if it was written in a language that did not exist. A good song is a good song.
When I hear 77 Lu 7712,
Yeah.
tears.
Yeah.
Like, because I get it.
I get it. It's an emotion. But I think when you put a song in English, if the lyrics aren't good,
Yeah.
like, it affects the quality of the song.
Subtlety of, I'll say it again. I think that the saccharine sweetness gets dialed up to 12, and a lot of the subtlety is removed when you translate. Anyway.
But it's still, a song that I quite enjoyed. I still listen to it on occasion.
Yeah.
When it comes up.
Moving on to a song neither of us enjoy. It sounds so mean. No, I genuinely love these people, but it's just not our aesthetic. It's San Marino, 1111 by Megara.
What have I got? I've got this song is so confused about what it is and what it wants to be.
It's the aesthetic that really gets me. This kind of like mid-2000s goth revival, Avril Lavigne girlfriend music video, pink and black. Like, I don't know. It's like, I'm sure there's people out there who really connect with this, but I just found it so tacky and like that cartoony thing they had in their staging. It just did not work.
Look, I think we probably won't spend too much time on this one. It's not a song that either of us enjoyed. I respect that this was not a song for me. And I know that there are people out there that absolutely adored this song. And to you, I say, I'm so glad that you... I'm so glad that you have this. This song was not for me.
Yeah, it comes back to the fact that I genuinely think, and I hate that I sound so mean, I genuinely think you need a song like 1111 in Eurovision every year.
I agree.
The song that I will never listen to because I do not like this kind of pop metal. Like, if you're going to do metal, it has to be dialed up to an extra level, right?
Talk to Finland,
exactly. And you're going to do this, like, whatever this is, pop punk, I guess. And then to make things worse, I don't know, the choices aesthetically is what really got me here. I don't know if you remember the background dancers in their, like, their monster onesies that they reveal into morph suits. And I'm just like, it's like I'm watching 2010. It's so dated. It's just so dated.
It is very dated because shout out to all my Australians out there. It gave me very Rogue Traders energy song-wise. Not visually, but like...
That does a disservice to the Rogue Traders. The Rogue Traders did so much more than that.
I get what you're saying. It just gave me a little... Like, when I first heard it come on and the chorus, I was just like, is that Nat Bathing Thwaite?
Bathing Thwaite.
Because...
Anyway,
look, not a winner for me.
We'll move on. Yeah, we'll move on to our next artist before the party's over. Musti representing Belgium. Oh my god! Can I just say I'm gonna start with this one because I really want to make it clear. The way when this song came out, there wasn't a lot of songs like really hitting that had been revealed. There were a couple, but like not a lot because you remember what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I remember listening to it being like, Nick, I think this is the one.
Well, because I feel like we did have a very brief moment of panic before this song came out that I was just like...
Yeah. Is there not?
Where, like, I think a lot of the songs that had been released at the time were just songs that were not really quite up our alley. But were also very much ones where it was just like I need to see the package.
And a lot, and I will say, some of them, France and Ireland, I will say, came out beforehand. Yeah. You'll see what we think about them.
But so, Musti, this song could have been... Eurovision. Could have been so much. Firstly, I think let's talk about the vocal performance on the day.
Fantastic.
I think the song peaked too late and didn't give us enough time.
So the song structure. Sorry, go on.
So I think that the song peaked too late and didn't really give us enough time with the meat of the song. I also think that the staging package, like... Musti looked fantastic.
Loved his outfit.
The staging was really cool. But, like, unlike the song, which I thought peaked too late, the staging peaked violently too early.
The choreography was ridiculous. Yeah. Like, he gets up on that stage surrounded by microphones. Yeah. At no point in the song that it makes sense.
It feels like that should be like a grand moment at a grand part of the song. Like, if he had gotten up there when he had started screaming at the end, that would have been Like, to me, that would have been the ideal choreo.
What you're saying, you feel like it should have come at a grand moment in a grand song, as if the song didn't have a part where he screams before the party's over 8 times in a grand crescendo. That's exactly when you get up on that stage.
Exactly. Like, that's the ultimate moment. And I just feel like, song peaked too late, staging peaked too early. Musti, you looked fantastic.
Yeah.
You sounded great.
Yes.
It
got lost in the sauce.
It got lost in the sauce.
I think
it was another Malta where it was like a song that was good in its field, but was not as good as the other songs that were better in their fields.
Completely agree. I think structurally, I would be introducing Before the Party's Over a bit earlier too, because it's Eurovision. Like, I think you can't hide the selling point of a song in a competition where people pick up the phone and vote. I think you have to kind of sell the song a lot earlier.
Especially not when there are like 25 other people around you who are like, and if you're going somewhere middling in the order, like you can't be leaving me to enjoy the last 30 seconds of the song because the song before you caught my attention much earlier and kept it much longer. I feel more emotion about that. I'm voting for that.
Completely agree.
But still a very good song and still does get a listen.
Totally.
On the Eurovision playlist.
It fits. It's a very good song.
It's really good. Yeah. Again, just a bit lost in the sauce. Yeah. And I understand why it didn't qualify because I think you just need to hold people's energy for a little bit longer.
Okay, so moving on to number 30. Natalia Babu with
In the middle.
In the middle, thank you so much. Representing Moldova.
Or maybe just
one of the two.
No, Jimmy equals.
It could be the same. I have a bit of goss, apparently. This could be just TikTok lying to me, but I think, look, Moldova is the poorest country in Europe, and I think, unfortunately, the lack of budget really showed. Story goes, Nick, I don't know if you know this, but Natalia had to fund her own flights to Malmö and staging and costumes. Which is why, if you've watched the national selection, I wouldn't recommend watching Moldova's national selection, but if you've watched the kind of clip that gets posted by Eurovision, the live performance in Moldova, she is surrounded by these backing singers, and they're all reflections of each other. They all look exactly the same. So it's her in like this triangle formation, bleach blonde hair, like black dress, and everyone around her is a body double essentially, and they're all doing the and the micro and the thing at the same time. It is so effective.
Yeah.
Where the hell was that on the Eurovision stage? They didn't have the money.
And that makes me genuinely so sad because they are out there putting everything on the line every year because Moldova has sent some absolutely magic staging and absolutely
if you like
magic
fun,
performance. Like,
2018 with the Doors. Yeah.
It's just genuinely so fun, and like, I'm sad to hear that is the case because honestly, I really enjoy this song.
I really like the song and her vocals.
Yeah, like flawless. Like I keep relating it to just things that I do around the house, but unfortunately, the way that for like a solid week afterwards, just every now and then I just catch myself just like. I don't know what it means, but it
doesn't matter. Again, it's like going back to Albania. I don't care if I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
Sell me the vision.
Like exactly. Like I don't know. Like I presume this is a gesture of some description that means something.
Cool choreography.
Yeah. To be fair, maybe she's just like she's just like hold your head high. to be fair, I do think that is in the lyrics. I'm an idiot. I figured it out. I figured out the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's about self-esteem.
Yeah.
Love it.
But he cracked the code.
Don't. Not yet. Not yet. It was never going to win.
No.
And it didn't.
No.
So that checks out. But I actually really enjoyed this song. I would have loved to have seen it qualify.
So many non-qualifiers we love.
Yeah,
like
I would have loved to have seen
I'm not
going to
spoil it yet. Oh, my most listened to song of 2024 is a non-qualifier, okay? So we're not saying that a song is bad.
Flash the Spotify Wrapped, babe.
Oh my God. But Moldova, just to wrap it up, I think it's lack of budget and the fact that clearly as a country, like they love Eurovision and they do so well as for a country of their size. But I think Natalia's song suffered incredibly at the hands of that. And that's why they didn't make it through. But again, great song, great vocals, great musician.
Song, great vocals. I think pretty good staging for what was available.
Exactly. So, turns out my most streamed song on Spotify just happens to be number 29 on the list
Of non-qualifiers.
I'm, of course, talking about Denmark. Saba with Sand. Oh my God, robbed.
Much like we should be holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity, I'm going to hold space for you right now.
Let me have this.
Tell the people what you want to say.
It is my most listened to song of 2024, and I do not regret a thing. This song got its hooks into me and just did not let up. I cannot explain it. I love this song so much. It to me is... It's so brilliant. It's like, I love all the production choices. I love the sort of electronic drums over a bit more of like a contemporary kind of piano belting song.
Probably a little bit too much literal sand motif.
Look, we'll get to the staging. The pre-chorus, like, shouldn't be so hard. Just that, the way it just smashes through my brain, and then the chorus. Yeah. Oh, I just love everything about this song, and it became apparent as more and more songs were revealed that maybe the song wasn't keeping its momentum.
Yeah. Because I feel like this one also came out quite early.
I don't know if it came out super early, but I think it suffered a similar fate of Musti, where it was like, people were like, oh, Denmark, after, sizable non-qualifying thing, is choosing a song that's really well liked. And then the songs kept coming out and kept getting better. And then the songs that we were worried weren't going to qualify did their staging, and the staging looked incredible.
Yeah.
And then...
Because then, again, like, I will say, like, not the bad songs, never the bad songs, but I feel like a lot of the ones that we would not have had in our preferred list of songs did come out first. But then when the hits started coming, they came thick and fast. And unfortunately... Not to keep saying it, I feel like Saba, unfortunately, another one that just got lost in the sauce. Like, there were just so many other entries of, like, a similar sort of ilk and a similar sort of quality that just sort of built up that it just... I think, like, in my role as Callum's partner and temporary psychologist, I do think that we had to do some mild sessions along the way. We had to do a lot of growth mindset, where I think it was, this song's qualifying. This song's qualifying, and then it was a
not sure.
Oh, not sure, and then it was a if these very it was the 5 stages of grief. It was very much a like, if these specific circumstances occur, and this particular country just, I don't know, has bad staging, then it could still qualify. And then, unfortunately, I think it became quite clear on the day that it was not going to happen.
So I will say, I can step away from my adoration of this recorded version of the song and look objectively at what was provided. The staging was not it, okay? I hate, my pet peeve in life is when songs are called something and that thing is in the, like, sand. Okay, what if you were throwing sand everywhere? No, like, it's too literal.
Yeah, like I said, too much literal sand.
It's the music video idea of, like, and I walk to the shops and I have a look. It's like, and so why don't we show you in the music video walking to the shops? No, it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Like, so I get that was a bit... It was a bit
on the nose.
It was a bit on the nose.
Yeah.
And I think she just kind of stood there, which is fine. Powerhouse vocals. She doesn't need to, like, run around the stage. But look, unfortunately, other countries pipped poor Saba at the post. Yeah. But I genuinely... and I think it would have been, like, in the 20s if it had qualified for the final. But as a song, as a song, I want to remove Eurovision from it. As a song, oh my God, I love this song so much. I'm probably Saba's most listened, like, I'm probably the one person in the whole world. Saba, if you're watching this and you're like, who the hell is my number one streamed artist in Brisbane? It's me.
Yeah.
Message me.
Yeah. And also, we stan a queer artist of epic proportions. What an angel.
Yeah, queer person of color. Like, we need more representation.
Saba,
like
we
that.
love you. And we love this song.
I love you so much.
I think this is very much one of those ones where I would have said, like, I think this song should have qualified. I think that there are other songs that we'll get into maybe a little bit later that did qualify that I think could have been easily replaced.
I'm looking at the list right now, and so there's 1, 2, there's literally only 3 other songs before we get to the qualifiers. Yeah. So Saba was in the 4, I think the next, so Denmark and then the next 3, all of these songs could have easily qualified, and I could have happily swapped them for some who did, but one especially shouldn't have even been in the competition. That's a whole other thing. Anyway, the next one, I think we'll have a lot to say, so I'm going to hand the mic over to you for this, and that is our girl, Luna, with The Tower from Poland. Nick?
If you had Sam, I had The Tower. This song is absolutely incredible. I love this song so much, and I don't know if I have ever seen a song so violently let down by staging before.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That
Remember how 8 seconds ago?
staging?
Yeah. Remember how 8 seconds ago it was very much a, if you're talking about going to the shops, don't show me you walking to the shops. Don't get in the tower, babe. Bad things happen in the tower. Like, Mama, stay on the ground.
Oh my God.
Mama, there's a tower behind you.
I think it has to be, and I'm so sorry, Luna. Like,
this song,
we love Luna.
Yeah.
We love her.
Yeah.
We love the music.
And Luna, if you had anything to do with the staging, which I suspect you didn't, but if you did, I love and support that for you. And I'm sorry for any critical opinions that I have, because this song is probably one of my most played
easily.
From that year.
We play the song all the time.
It is such a good song.
That's
the people in the latex. No.
Okay, so it's the
No. The people in the full latex bodysuits and masks, I'm speaking directly to you. No. Stop it. This is not a shame on the GIMP community.
No.
We love you.
Or the chess community.
Exactly. Or the chess community.
But it is a shame on the GIMP chess community.
Exactly. But no. Stop it. Poland, whatever this obsession is that you have with sending great songs and terrible staging, stop it. And stop it now, because that song deserved better. And that is all I have to say.
It is the worst staging of the year. It is some of the worst staging of all time. I've written in my notes when we were watching it live, in the first verse, Luna gave us 3 outfit reveals, proceeded to grind on a GIMP suit man, and then rode a virtual unicorn. All in one verse before we got into the chorus. And then she's running around the stage, and like obviously she's got these ethereal, beautiful vocals. Like if you like artists like Aurora, I feel like you'd really love this song. But she's running around the stage doing bloody cardio. Yeah. She can't keep her breathy vocals, so she's out of breath the whole time.
I think I said the same thing, where it was very much just It feels like Dance Mums. It's like and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. It was like they're sending her there. She's up the tower. She's down. Like it was just too much.
It was insane.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do think it affected the vocal performance a little bit. She still sounded incredible.
She still sounded good, but
it's just
what
a letdown. I genuinely think that would have qualified with better staging.
Yes,
and I actually think it could have done quite well. I just don't think you could look past that staging.
Did you watch the music video for it?
Yes.
Why didn't she carry that in the stark white palace and just like pops of red and like the whole chess motif is there, but it's so much more subtle. And now you're doing Luna,
anyway.
like she would have qualified. Like I'm saying this, it would have qualified.
I genuinely think it would have been like top 15.
I would say that. I'd say around 15 is exactly where I'd put it. But my God, anyway.
Love you, Luna.
From awful staging to probably some of my favorite staging in the whole competition, we're talking about Aiko with Pedestal from Czechia. And look, I think it was the first song revealed for Eurovision.
I was going to say that as well. I think it was like really, really early on.
And both of us were a little iffy because like it was giving slight Olivia Rodrigo like rip-off, whatever. And notoriously, people who know the qualifying, like the national final where she performed it live, it was bad. Like, and I don't blame Aiko. It was just the sound mixing,
I'm trying to think
the warehouse that it shot in. It just was bad. It was just a horrible package. People were scared.
I remember now.
So Aiko is coming in with a bit of a chip on her shoulder and trying to prove people wrong. And I think that's a really hard place in Eurovision to sort of change people's perceptions.
But I always thought the song was kind of fun. I think it's what San Marino wanted to be.
Ooh.
I loved the staging. I loved the song.
I want to talk about it.
Yeah. The vocal delivery, fantastic. It was one of the songs this year that I think the song was already great. The staging elevated it to the next level. And I just thought, like, when I found out that it didn't qualify, I was actually quite disappointed.
So cast your mind back to Malmö, and you've got this ironically Swiss cross stage, which foreshadowing, and the floating cubes.
They done been new.
And they were using a lot of the artists and some of the like interval acts were using the cubes
just for like lighting.
For lighting. The choice to use the cubes as these like cages and where they had the flashlights and the interval thing, and they were playing like the TV projecting on it was a treat visually. Like
it was Loreen in the panini press.
If Poland was amazing song let down by staging, I think Aiko was, and I'm not going to say it's a bad song. I think it was a
good song. It wasn't an amazing song, but it was a good song.
I'm saying like the package that we were given was a real letdown.
Yeah.
That then I think Aiko did everything to qualify, and it's a shame it wasn't enough. She just couldn't fight the reputation, but the vocal performance, the staging, all of that, I just think like that is a transformation, and I think really only Ireland compares in terms of like Ireland beats it in terms of like 180.
Yeah. No, I think a great song, really supported by staging. This one was one that I was genuinely quite surprised didn't qualify.
For sure.
Like the others are ones that I'm not surprised didn't qualify, even though I may have potentially felt a little bit differently. This one was one that I was genuinely actually quite surprised when it didn't qualify.
So well, yeah. Cool. Yeah. Our last non-qualifier in 26th place. It hurts me to say. It hurts my little Aussie heart to say, but it is Electric Fields with One Milkali from Australia.
A great song. I love this song.
It's a grower. It grew on me.
Yeah, it really did. And it's one that, like, still in rotation now.
Very much.
Along with some other Electric Field songs. Not to be an Aussie stan, but if you have not listened to some of their other work, including some of their other songs that they put forward for Eurovision.
2000 and whatever, like, incredible.
Oh, that song is amazing. But, like, other songs that didn't qualify, like, they have wanted to be there for so long. They are incredible artists. It was a great song. The performance on the night was just not there.
So I feel somewhat reassured that we were one spot away from qualifying. It tells us that the song was there.
Yeah.
Zachariah's vocal performance, I just think they were a bit flat.
And I want to say this now as an Electric Field stan till we die.
Yeah.
Zachariah is one of the most incredible humans on earth.
Yeah, and their vocals are...
Like, the vocal delivery that they are capable of.
Yeah.
Insanity. It just wasn't there on the night. And unfortunately, I think that the other performer that performs with Zachariah, whose name I'm so sorry,
I'll give it a Google.
I think just unfortunately doesn't have a stage presence that led to the elevation of that performance.
Michael Ross.
Yeah.
So Michael
Ross.
Michael and Zachariah.
Yeah, we love you too. The other thing that I will say for this song, the staging.
Yeah, I want to talk about it.
Like the indigenous representation.
Love.
Amazing. Loved. Beautiful. Fantastic.
Zachariah's artwork was the they
incredible.
created the artwork that was the kind of indigenous artwork represented.
That is amazing. The choice to spend such a significant portion of the song with
no staging.
Yeah.
It was no staging.
Yeah, and because like the music video for the song, I think I also...
Well, this is what I want to talk about.
Like, I think it's meant to be like a really raw, emotional, like look down the barrel of the camera into the soul. I just hate seeing face visuals.
Can I be more cynical?
You can.
Australia, and I can say this as an Aussie. Where's the budget?
Where's the budget? Show me the money.
Like, the faces down the screen is because you could only afford to give them a lyric video. Like, so you put them in a room... You put them in, like, literally their garage with a black background and gave them an iPhone.
Yeah, just said, do it.
And, like, you can tell there is... A lyric video is not a music video. Mm-mm. You send that through. You then send nothing else through for them.
Yeah.
We have no idea what the staging is. Yeah. We get up and we see the staging, and it's disappointing. Like, the indigenous representation is the only thing
is
that
the overwhelming
flaws
positive from what the performance was.
There's no choreo. It's Zachariah and their star power alone, and Michael as well on the little rotating keyboard. Love that. And then and then we do love the didgeridoo representation. But what I don't understand is you have a song that is so, I think, essential for Australia.
Mm-hmm.
It's First Nations representation, whatever, queer representation, all that stuff, and you just drop the ball. I'm more disappointed in the budget that we as Australians have decided that Eurovision deserves.
Yeah, whether it's SBS or whoever is putting the money behind it, like, do better. This is one of our few where we will have like a violently personal opinion because obviously
it's our culture. Well,
hello.
Sorry, we don't represent First Nations people, so we don't claim that culture. Yeah. But I think it's more just understanding from an Australian perspective. Yeah, the fact that they could have invested more money.
The bias that we would have had going into this, that we still weren't able to have our expectations met. Like the way that we would have backed this song to the end of the earth and still did.
Yeah. Because it's fantastic.
But I think like that was the one where I was really 50-50 on whether it would qualify or not.
Yeah.
Where I was like,
it was very iffy.
I don't think it's going to, but I really think that it could if certain things eventuated. It just wasn't the case this time. Electric Fields, we absolutely adore you. Yeah. I would love to see you guys go back again.
Yeah, and get a better experience. Yeah, I don't want to speak on the behalf of your experience, but
can we unrelease Happy 2000 and whatever?
Yeah, can we re-release it?
Can we re-release that? Can we send not Happy 2000 and whatever, but Happy 2000 and whatever remastered the remix?
Yeah, exactly.
And just claim that as a new song and send that because if you haven't listened to it, that song
it slaps. It slaps. So that is the end of our non-qualifiers. So. Like, mixed bag. Honestly, I think generally quite positive about the quality of the music. There's only probably one or two songs that I think I dislike. It was a really good year. It's a great year for the music. Good year. So, we've just gotten through all of the non-qualifiers. Yes. And we're now getting into 25th place. So, I have disputes around people who say it's last place because, again, if you qualified, I don't think you're last place.
I understand the theoretical terminology of that. I think I kind of agree with you where it's like
last place minus 10 other songs.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. Your last place are the winners.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that the people that did not qualify are losers. Just unfortunately, there is an objective metric of winning the Eurovision Song Contest and then not winning the Eurovision Song Contest.
So in 25th place, we have Goethe with Uveholm. Did I pronounce that right? I didn't pronounce it right. That's fine. Yeah. From Norway.
Yeah. The hype that I remember being around this song. I want you to look at yourselves. Where were you when it counted? This song, I actually love. I didn't think I was going to like it at first because I feel like I'm not a witchy, like people of the woods, sort of like folk mysticism kind of girl.
Unless it's Fulen.
Well, that's different.
That's mysticism meets EDM.
Yeah.
That's bush stuff music.
Yeah, I can get on board with a bush stuff. Yeah, perfect. But I feel like the amount of hype that this song had, there was a hot minute there where we were like, oh shit, Norway's going to sweep this thing. That just died in the ass.
Yeah.
What happened? Where were you on January 6th? Like, where were you on voting day?
For Norway.
Like, what happened? I think it was a fantastic song, and I think the staging was cool. I do not know the name of the lead singer, but if you are watching this right now, the energy and the vocal performance that you delivered, insanity. Where were the voters? I did not think this song deserved to come last.
I think we have our first disagreement. I'm excited. Let's fight. I disagree.
Okay.
I like this song. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I don't love this song. This song is extremely middle of the road to me.
Uh-huh.
I think one of my issues with it is similar to you, Nick. I don't have that sort of that witchy folklore-y metal thing. It doesn't appeal to me. So already we're at a bad start. I just feel like the song goes nowhere after the first chorus. I feel like you get through that first chorus and you go,
it goes nowhere?
and you just go, okay, so the song doesn't really change. I don't know. I'm being unfair. It does, like that end part where the guitars get more and more heavy, but I just, even watching it live, and she's on a little spinning platform, I just remember being like, I get this song. I'm a minute in. I've got 2 minutes left. I'm sort of like looking at my watch, and I'm sorry. I it's a great song. It's just clearly not for me.
I want you to know how angry I am that I'm the one that has to go into bat for this song for some reason.
For the folk witchy metal
like,
song. That's so like you, though. I think there's another witchy song that is a lot better. A lot better. And I'm not saying it's like that then means this can't be good. I just mean, you know.
I would agree.
Yep.
I think this was a good song. In the vernacular of every Australian everywhere, you're joking, should have been higher. But I think, unfortunately, just lost to a really strong year. I think my main commentary on this song is I just can't believe like the disseparation of the hype. Like the way
I think it was one of those songs where the Eurovision community really got behind it, but the general like sort of Eurovision viewer didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes we do exist in an echo chamber on TikTok, on Twitter, on Reddit. I don't care.
Well, I mean, look, shout out to Novimpia, who we are huge fans of. Who we solely exist inside the echo chamber of. Well,
they love this song. But I think outside of them too,
as two witchy pop girlies.
That's true. I think it was the number one song of the year.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, maybe we were slightly biased in our media consumption.
I don't necessarily think so. Like
maybe the hype was just the two of them, and I'm just convinced it was others.
Love our girls, Novimpia. I don't think it is just them.
Yeah.
My TikTok is basically exclusively Eurovision. My Twitter is exclusively Eurovision. I will tell you that, generally speaking, this song was hyped, but I think that the disconnect between this song's hype from a bubble versus
the people that loved the people that loved it. The people that didn't love it didn't care for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
and I think that's that on that.
Yeah, that's okay.
So into 24th place, and I think we'll disagree again. Maybe we won't.
I'll just turn my microphone off at this point.
Maybe my second favorite song of the year. No, well, I'm of course talking about Colleen. We Will Rave from Austria. Yeah, baby. Oh my God. I love this song. I am gay. This song said, hey, F slur, like, do you want a song for you? And I said, yes, please, mama. Please.
Mama boots the house down on God.
And I think I just love pop music that is just not trying to be anything other than just the most, like
the message that Colleen was trying to send was not world peace.
No.
It was not. It was not be a better you by loving yourself. It was
rave, bitch.
Like, you better dance.
Okay, so people who are haters of this song, A, have no taste, and B, like, I think music needs to have this. We'll get to it more with Finland, but I think like.
Yeah. Thank you for subscribing and then immediately unsubscribing.
I think for me, this song is just pure distilled pop perfection. I want to go to the club and I want to like thrash to this song. It is so perfectly, it is like an EDM banger. That chorus gets me. And then, oh my God, you think where else is going to go? How about a D&B like garage drum like breakdown? Are you kidding me? I have nothing but the biggest praise for this song. I had such high expectations. I knew Colleen wasn't like the best vocalist, and I think that definitely translates to the stage. What I was not expecting was for the technical AV gods of the Eurovision universe to come in and betray Colleen like that.
Just held down.
And at her peak dance break solo. This woman is a dancer, a choreographer. So she was promising bring big choreo. She delivers.
I mean, it's called We Will Rave. It wasn't We Will Sit Politely.
Exactly. At the biggest moment, the video glitches out. It pauses. At the exact moment of the dance break, it comes back in after the dance break's over. And I think that's why it's come 24th. Stream We Will Rave if you want clear skin.
Um,
Nick?
Firstly, loved the casual office boot that she wore. Just a really tight kitten heel.
Nice casual kitten heel.
Just a nice
Sensible heel.
Just a nice pump.
A sensible espadrille.
Exactly. Just a nice wedge.
Nice mango espadrille.
Yeah, but like performance, like vocals were good, but they were a bit okay.
They were
but
never going to be.
It was not a
more than
vocal
what they
song.
were. No.
I know that we very much said doing a flip does not make your song good about Sarah Benici.
Not the double standards coming through.
I don't love this song as much as you love this song for a very similar reason that I don't like Malta. Well, sorry, not that I don't like Malta, but that like I wouldn't have voted for Malta. But I will say, on a little drive to Woolworths, getting a little bit of wee will rave up here.
Oh, going on a run as it's the most. No, I'm sorry.
It's
Sarah Benici wishes.
Okay, all right. Now that we're done coming for Sarah Benici.
Oh, I love Sarah. Like this is all humor, Sarah. We're at the pub together, Sarah.
Yeah,
like you're here having the joke with us.
Like honestly, we've got a third microphone, Sarah, if you would love to be a guest.
And a pint.
Yeah.
A pint and a mic. Anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's Will Rave. That's Robbed Goddess number 2. If you're keeping track. And our next song, ironic.
Maybe should we get a little chalkboard up the back and just do just a Robbed Goddess meter and just do a couple of like mark-offs for the girls.
Essentially. Next artist, we have Raven with Veronica from Slovenia, our other witchy ballad, the one we said was better, which I still stand by.
I stand by that too. Raven.
Yeah, love.
And I'm looking directly down the camera to you.
Have a pint with us.
Yeah, like honestly, all the girls can come for a pint.
All the girls are
All the girls can come for a pint and a chat.
Yeah.
This song, again, not something that would be in my usual sphere of consumption. I loved it. And if I had 1% of the body and the face and the drama.
And the teeth jewelry.
Oh, should I get a little tooth gem?
Yeah.
Yeah. It made me have thoughts and feelings. Just the really raw, like visceralness of the performance. I have no notes on this one. I wouldn't say it's my most perfect song by any means.
No.
But it was like what it did fantastically.
So can I draw a cinematic parallel right now? I think this song is how to do a build-up, crescendo, hold to the end that Belgium could have learned.
Exactly. Because, I mean, she was screaming at the end too.
Well, I'm saying...
But
the song's a lot more minimalist. Yeah. So, like, Musti, like, I think we were saying, the issue with the song is it's sort of structured in a way that doesn't work. And maybe Slovenia, like, it's 23rd. It, like, didn't do amazingly. But I think, like, production-wise, there were elements of that song that meant that every verse felt more and more interesting until it got to the end. And that's what Belgium probably needed to learn.
Yeah, I think that the issue with this song this year is that I just think that Eurovision, and I think that's probably also representative of Norway as well, is that Eurovision just had a very different appetite this year.
Yeah, like, I gave that.
Yeah, like, the appetite was just not on the, like, meaningful, deep, yearning, like ballady, like witchy songs. It was the divas wanted to dance this year.
Totally. I think there's a bit of.
I think it was just a different energy in the air.
It was a different energy in the air. I think we can leave it on that. I think Slovenia was a fantastic song. I think probably just suffered from being a tad bit forgettable in the mix.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
But still a fantastic song, and I thought the staging was really powerful and effective.
Totally.
Add another tick to the Robbed Goddess meter.
We have, of course, in 22nd place, Nebulosa with Thora.
Now I do apologize.
Spain.
Spain, by the way. Now I do apologize for this, for the people who are listening to a raw mic feed, but she's going at the top of the Robbed Goddess meter.
Oh my god! Do you know what's so funny? And we both judged this song. We heard a snippet of just a part of the chorus, and I think we both were like, oh, that's a bit boring. And then it came up on a shuffle one day.
Yeah.
And the way I was like, wait a second. This is that song that I wrote off. And my whole brain chemistry was just like
just changed.
My god.
I actually need to talk about this song because I feel so deeply let down by the Eurovision audience because
what more do you want?
the people in that room were screaming.
Yeah. I would say
In Spanish,
biggest,
too.
I'd say the biggest crowd reaction in the room was to that song.
Who else? Second biggest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
but also understandable. But
I
like,
should say positive crowd reaction then.
no. Croatia.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about...
No.
You
No. I just... Oh, God. That woman, Nebulosa, like...
I think it's her and the man.
I adore her. What an absolute icon of screen and stage. Robbed goddess. Like, the vocals were, like, fantastic. Because, again, stay in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Like, she's not a belter. So she said, you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to get up there and try and belt this out. She's not a dancer. So you know what she said? She said, I'm going to do some really cute stuff and I'm going to have hot men around me doing the
bring in
dancing
some
for me.
backing dancers who do a... Was it a jockstrap reveal or something?
Yeah, I think it was just like arseless chaps
Love.
or something. Yeah, like...
For the gays.
Yeah, exactly. But like...
And also the message of the song, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, if you translate it, it's a commentary on like feminism and the fact that like sex workers and people are like
it's a commentary on sex positivity.
Yeah, it's actually like super progressive and like extremely well written.
And again, I think could have suffered from saccharine sweetness in English.
Totally. Wouldn't have translated very well.
No, in Spanish.
Yeah.
Slay.
Agree.
I think that this song was just divine.
I thought this was gonna go. I thought this was going so
top
many
10.
more points.
I thought this was going top 10. So when they announced the audience, the televote score, the way that my heart dropped for her.
Because jury-wise, I knew it wasn't going to win the jury's vote.
No, but
like,
I was
televote.
I trusted you.
Yeah.
I trust. Oh,
So sad. So sad. But like, that
like,
song is always on at our house.
Exactly. Like a legacy to take on for the next year. Because I feel like Spain has been killing it recently.
Spain post Chanel.
Yeah.
And also not just doing, like, choosing, like, diva women, but not just copy-paste of Chanel. Like, we'll get into Blanca Paloma when we do 2023.
Yeah.
That's also an incredible song.
Yeah.
But if they keep up this quality, we are, like, Spain, I think we'll get a Eurovision Madrid again. Soon.
I agree.
Yeah. I think they're definitely one to watch.
Like, adored this song. So looking forward to seeing what they do next.
So exciting. Okay. Another diva, another dance diva, another spot that unfortunately like taken away from Sarah Benici, but we have Nutsa with Firefighter from Georgia.
First of all, let me say, Nutsa, you were a terrible firefighter. That stage was on fire the entire time.
She's saying put out the fire, and yet she's starting fires.
Exactly. She be starting fires everywhere. That whole thing was on fire by the end of it. So while my commentary on your firefighting skills is needs work, my commentary on your pop divadom, no notes.
She was an American Idol contestant. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Very like in the Katy Perry
Perry
Lionel
era.
Richie era.
Oh,
Anyway, fun fact.
that's interesting.
I'm
sorry she had to go through that.
So Georgia, I think Georgia, Latvia, Denmark have been the countries that have really struggled.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, I loved Iru in 2023, and she definitely should have made it to the finale.
Yeah.
But I think that we're seeing Georgia choosing songs that should qualify and sending through the quality.
And it's just nice to see them actually make it this year.
Yes.
Did they make it into the top 10? Absolutely not.
Not even the top 20.
That's okay. But I think just seeing the success that they're having, maybe not in terms of on the scoreboard, but like they feel like another country who's really building to something.
I reckon it's not long until countries like Georgia, Slovenia, Spain they're doing the work behind the scenes that they're eventually going to get that song that resonates. Kind of like what Switzerland did.
Exactly.
Switzerland, awful in the 2010s, and then a string of really strong songs, bit too sad boy ballad, but like then got that one, you know. Georgia could be like that, and it's really exciting to see. And I think Firefighter, like actually post competition, grew on me, like in terms of I don't know what happened, but something clicked, and I just really like this song.
I really enjoy this song. I think it's just a fun song to listen to.
It is, yes.
And I think that fundamentally, I think that was the appetite this year.
Yeah, agreed. So great work, Nutsa. Amazing song. Moving on to, do you want to try and say?
I absolutely do not.
It's Estonia.
Nakutukumides, something to that. That sounded more Japanese.
Pull up in
5 minutes.
5 minutes in pull up with the song about we don't have drugs on us, officer.
Yeah.
We're not going to try and say it in Estonian.
Yeah. Because you know what? We know our limitations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I have thoughts.
So do I.
So, I love a ridiculous song. And in the recording and the pre-Eurovision hype, I really got around this song. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think this song translated on stage the way I wanted it to. And I think it felt by the end of it, I was like, oh, all the fun I was having with this song recorded wise didn't really come to the stage in the way I wanted.
Because the music video was fun.
Dumb. Loved it.
Fun and dumb. It did give a little bit of a couple of dads just getting together for
exactly, but that's why I loved it.
I was making that in reference to the staging, the actual live performance staging. It was just a couple of dads getting together. You know what was that? What was that song from, like, I want to say like 2017 that was just like, was it? Yeah, you know the one
with all the Icelandic dads.
Yeah, it's just a couple of dudes.
Are you talking about all the Icelandic or Norwegian dads? I think it was like 2010.
Oh shit! Never mind.
2011. Anyway,
but I adored this song. I think this song is so fantastic. I will listen to it every time it comes on in the car. I will say the semi-final performance was bad.
They were lucky. I'm going to make it very clear.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised if they didn't qualify.
I actually expected them not to qualify because I do think that the semi-final performance was bad.
They got more in time for the grand final.
Well, it was like the timing, but it was also the pitch.
Yeah.
It was like a key off, and it sounded like he was really straining.
Yeah.
The grand final performance was much better.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was stupid. Whoever the throat singing man is, adore all love
of it.
Him. He was fantastic on both occasions. I
love a song that people will write off as a joke song that I'm like, okay, don't enjoy it then. We'll be dancing over here, and you can listen to
Go have fun.
Yeah, you enjoy not having a personality or having fun.
Yeah,
look, we're gonna enjoy.
Lyrics stupid, song stupid. Made me feel so fun and joyous. Yeah, made me feel stupid. And I do think that a sense of camp, to it is probably, I think, was in a little bit more of a limited supply this year.
Yes.
This year was serious pop music.
Quality was
good
really
pop music.
Yes, fully. Yeah. But I think it's a really good segue from Estonia. I think it's so funny these songs are 20 and 19 on the list because I have thoughts and feelings about this next song, and I really want to get them out. We're talking about 19th place.
I'm gonna let you have this.
Thank you. We're talking about Windows 95 Man with No Rules, representing Finland. Okay. I don't know where to start with this, and I don't want to rant too long.
I'll hold you back.
I think people who hate this song fundamentally don't understand camp and its relation to Eurovision.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot of Eurovision fans in the bubble who would be diametrically opposed to me saying that.
Yep.
But I need to get my feelings out. Joke songs are not making fun of Eurovision or making a farce of Eurovision or making Eurovision less enjoyable. Mm-hmm. Joke songs are, to me, bread and butter of Eurovision. They are part of the diversity that I want to hear. And more importantly, art should make you laugh and smile. Comedy is art, and Windows 95 Man's song does so much well. And I think the hatred of it, because it's fun or because people perceived it as a joke, is just so misplaced.
Yeah.
How dare a song make me laugh? I have to cry with beautiful pop vocals, or it's not valid.
Exactly.
Like, screw you. Sorry.
It's not a good song unless it makes me feel something deep inside.
Yeah.
Joy is a feeling.
And
laughter is a feeling, and you feel it deep inside.
And the fact that this song, and also like the lack of, like, I guess like the ego that goes into being like, I'm too intellectual to like this song, so I'm not gonna laugh at it because I am better. It's just like, go away. Like, honestly, go away. We're actually seeing, I was talking about it before with Nightmares by Nia River. There's another very similar kind of Finland entry, metal band, you know, Cha 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 or like, you know, Lordi, very referential. People having meltdowns about it because this song makes it through. It like UMK's a joke, Finland's a joke. But it's like, why can't Finland send the fun song? Why can't... It's just like your weird view that music can only be consumed through this very small lens is, to me, more of a problem than having fun with music. And I'm so sorry, but take the stage.
I completely agree. For me, and not... I would never propose to say that we consume media correctly.
This is so subjective. Sorry. I'll cut you off very quickly just to say, like... Yes, I don't want to posit this by saying, and my opinion's correct. I just mean, like, part of my frustration is I feel like I'm combating people who think that.
I agree. I would posit by saying there is no world in which we consume media correctly and people that don't like this song are consuming it incorrectly. But I think that if you are going to Eurovision and you are only willing to hear a deep and meaningful ballad that makes you emotional, and anything that is not that is not worthy of your time or your consideration, and you think does not have value to be there, I thoroughly encourage you to question that perspective, because art is everything and art is nothing. It is whatever form it takes, and if it made it through the Finnish final, clearly someone liked it. And I am one of those people.
It is designed to make a large crowd of people get on their feet and dance and have so much fun. And we haven't actually really spoken about the song.
People always say that art is meant to make you feel something.
Yeah, happiness, joy,
like
fun.
Joy,
laughter.
Yeah, joy, irony, like the feeling that you've just witnessed something so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, is joyous. The song itself, like, I loved it.
Love.
The staging was fantastic.
So good.
It still regularly gets rinsed. Windows 95, man, you're an angel. Whatever the beautiful sweetie angel that was singing there with you, also incredible.
The storyline of not being able to find your pants is it's so clever.
Yeah.
The song being this pastiche of like 90s dance music is done extremely well. The eagle cry when he you know.
Yeah. Like I thoroughly enjoy this song. Yeah. And I think as much as our commentary on this song mainly revolved around the people that hate it, there are so many people that love it, and we are two of them.
We're lovers of this song. If Puppy gets through 2025 for Finland, we're going to be lovers of that too. Exactly. And I think, like, if you think that means we don't have taste, I heavily encourage you to consider that music should make you smile, and you're not actually intellectually superior. I think you've actually closed the door on camp and irreverence, and that's a problem.
If everything was serious all the time, Eurovision would suck.
Yeah. So, and like just a fun, dumb dance song that totally gets its tone, totally gets its irreverence, probably shouldn't elicit such a long response, but I know for a fact that people hate this song and feel the need to
bring it down.
And I just think it's so misguided, and I think it's just wrong. So anyway, that's that for Finland. We love it, and you're not going to change our opinion on it. And with that, actually, funnily enough, I believe we're halfway through our total amount of Eurovision songs.
I believe that we are.
And as a result, because we've already recorded for a while, we're going to end the episode here and do a part 2 where we talk about the top half. So... Yeah, closing thoughts and feelings?
If the quality that you have seen in the bottom half is this high, imagine what the top half was like. I hope you already know.
I would say they know.
I would say they know. But like the fact that we've had such glowing, reverential reviews, like the fact that the Robbed Goddess Diva board has not seen
4 or
behind
5
me,
entries
has
already
4 or 5 people on it, should tell you how strong this year was. And that's my takeaway for 2024 is what a year.
Yeah. We all worried 2023 was so good for us, and then 2024 somehow kind of topped it.
Yeah.
It makes me worry for 2025, but we'll talk more about that at the end of the next episode. But I think a bottom half of the board being that strong, I think I'm excited to talk about the next one because, oh my word.
Because if you thought I had thoughts and feelings, I got more.
Yeah.
So I guess, firstly, thank you very much for joining us.
And please come back.
Yeah. If you like what we're saying, give us a like, give us a subscribe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't do this.
Follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
Instagram.
We'll have an Instagram by then.
Yeah.
And I just, get keen for some cool Eurovision content that's it's not just going to be recaps. It's going to be all sorts of random topics. And I think also a lot of 2025 coverage. We're sort of a bit stressed at how thick and fast it's already coming in and we're falling behind.
Exactly.
But we'll make up for it.
Yeah, we will be much more fastidious with our time and make sure that we are recording a lot more frequently. So
he said that on camera, so we have that recorded. So when he says he's too tired, I'm going to replay this.
I'm just a tired girl. I just want to go to sleep. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.